This is the man who will run China for the next decade. Xi Jinping has emerged victorious from the Communist Party's opaque selection process. He will lead the so-called fifth generation of leaders, inheriting the mantle of Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping. But what sort of leader will he be? Ever since he was anointed as Hu Jintao's successor a few years ago, people have been combing his history for clues. Xi was born in 1953. He was the son of revolutionary leader Xi Zhongxun, who founded the communist base in northern China where Mao ended the Long March in 1935. Xi Zhongxun's revolutionary credentials brought prestige as well as trouble to Xi Jinping. When Xi was 10, his father was purged. From the late 1960s, Xi himself was sent to the countryside, where he spent several years toiling on the yellow earth with China's long-suffering peasantry. He joined the Communist Party in 1974 and began an ascent that took him both to Fujian and Zhejiang, two of China's most economically successful provinces. That has given him exposure to business and to foreign investors. Some look to the record of Xi's father as a relative liberal and wonder whether Xi Jinping might be a closet reformer. He appears more confident and relaxed than Hu Jintao. On a tour of Mexico, he attracted attention by talking about bored foreigners with full stomachs who had nothing better to do than criticize China. But in the US, he charmed his hosts by visiting a family in Iowa that he had met during a trip in the mid-1980s. Realists remember that Hu Jintao was also supposed to be a reformer, yet under him, the state actually grew in power. Giant state-owned enterprises became more entrenched, and as social discontent grew, so did the state's security forces. Under Xi, China faces enormous challenges. The investment-led, export-oriented economic model is flagging. Chinese leaders know they must rebalance the economy towards domestic consumption, but fixing that means taking on vested interests. There is also growing popular dissatisfaction over inequality and corruption, over filthy air and poisoned rivers. China's foreign policy is becoming ever more complex as its regional ambitions rub against the interests of neighbors. A big question is how much room Xi will have to negotiate these complex, potentially explosive issues. Since the era of Mao and Deng, China's leadership has become more collective. Even if he wants to promote change, Xi may be locked into positions dictated by the Communist Party. It's been a long wait, but Xi may have landed himself the toughest job in the world. David Pilling, Financial Times, Hong Kong.